Do you know, did you ever read the Sachs report?
I did not.
Great. Those are all the follow-up questions I have, Dr. Garvey. Thank you. Attorney Haslam may have just a few more, so just hold tight. You're almost done.
Just a couple more. Attorney Lubinsky was just asking you about placing the school on lockdown, and I believe she posed it to you as the school being placed on lockdown because of a phone call. Is that how you remember her questioning?
I don't remember her exact wording.
Okay. Is
I
it
think my word was threat, but
Okay, but I believe you're describing the phone call, but do you recall whether the school was placed on lockdown because of the threat letter or because of the phone call?
I don't recall which.
Now, did you tell your attorney just now that the board clerk is the records custodian also?
By statute, yes.
By statute? By Wisconsin statute, you're saying?
Yes, that's a duty of the clerk. The policies in most districts assign the district administrator to be that person.
Okay, and did you ever delegate that to anybody else?
that meaning records keeping?
Yeah, the records custodian duties to anyone else?
I don't know exactly what you're referring to.
Well, you said that the policy, the school board policy makes you the records custodian, right?
Correct.
And did you delegate that duty to anybody else?
In terms of placing things in files under my direction, yes.
Who did you delegate that to?
Patty Hoppus would have had that responsibility even before my arrival, as was responsible for everything HR.
Okay, did Gwen Keller ever tell you to conduct Mr. Peterson's performance review?
I do not believe she told me that.
Okay. And I'm just going to refer you back to your deposition, which we
Sure.
have. I believe that is Exhibit C99. Is it? 1 second.
I can look at that too. No.
I've got C93, Garvey
C93.
Depo.
Yep, my fault.
Right.
C93 Garvey deposition. Thank you guys for bearing with me.
Yep.
So I'm going to share this screen with you, Dr. Garvey. And this again is our deposition transcript, and I'm going to make it nice and big for all of our old eyes. And I'm going to scroll down here, and this part right here, do you see the question I asked you during your deposition? I said, did Gwen Teller ever tell you to conduct a performance review on Mr. Peterson? And you responded, it's very likely she made that recommendation, but my doing so is not in response to a single board member. Do you read that?
Yes.
That was correct? The way I read it, that's what your deposition transcript says?
Yes.
All right. Do you recall now whether or not she made a recommendation to do a performance review of Mr. Peterson?
So just to be clear, that wasn't your question earlier.
Yes, it was. Did
No,
Mr.
not
Keller ever tell you to do a performance review of Mr. Peterson?
And that's different than a recommendation, Attorney Haslam. So it's not proper.
Oh, I see you're parsing words there. So
I'm not parsing words. Those were the witnesses' words.
Okay, so now I guess
if we just look at the deposition, the question posed is, did she ever tell you to conduct a performance review? The answer was qualified to, she made that recommendation.
I agree, Your Honor.
So do you have any follow-up on this to just kind of restructure this rather than fighting about whatever was previously said?
Absolutely. So Dr. Garvey, now reading this, do you recall that she may have made a recommendation to you to conduct a performance review of Mr. Peterson?
It's very likely she did.
Okay, thank you. That's all the questions I have. Thank you for being here.
And I don't have any follow-up.
Well, Dr. Garvey, not like you need my permission, but you're free to leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dr.
Yeah.
Garvey.
thank you for your testimony, and let's just, for the rest of us, talk about the remainder of the day here. I can't remember, how many witnesses do we have scheduled for today?
Now, I've got two teachers that can go really quickly, I believe. So that'd be
Okay,
nice
well,
to augment.
I'd like to maybe take a brief break, even if it's just 5 minutes or something
good.
before we start those, and
That'd be best, I think.
maybe a little
Oh.
longer. I gotta adjust my notes and so on, so.
Sounds good.
All right, so be back and maybe about 4:10-ish.
Thank you.
Perfect.
All right, thanks. Haslam, while we're waiting, mute, I can't, are these witnesses of yours that we're taking out of order, or are these a continuation of, respondent's case in chief?
These are witnesses of mine. Stacy Stock will be the first one.
Okay, so these are just for scheduling purposes. That's why we're doing these later. But they're part of your case in chief?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was the first one is this, say the name again?
Stacy Stock, SD.
Okay, so it just as it appears on
Oh,
the screen, I would think, okay. A second. Okay, it looks like I'll admit her in a moment. That, gotta make all the adjustments here. Where does it go? Where is she now? Oh, way down here. Okay. And, okay. All right. So presumably, Ms. Stock, you can hear me. It looks like your microphone might be muted if you just click on the mute button or mic button.
Got it.
Got it. Oh, we're ready to go. Fantastic. Okay, let's hope everything goes that smoothly, technologically speaking, here and after. Okay, so just to double check, I did not stop the recording, so I think, yep, that's still going. Let's go back on record after a break. So as I understand it, due to the scheduling quagmire that is this case, for convenience purposes, we're going to have, the next witness is going to be the part of the complainant's case in chief by agreement of counsel, and that witness is Stacy Stock. Ms. Stock, before you testify, I just want to swear you, and can you raise your right hand? Do you promise that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Attorney Haslam, you may proceed with your witness.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Stock. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm exhausted.
I bet you are.
So, let's start with that. Tell me about your background and education to get us started, please.
Yeah, I have been teaching for 28 years. I have been at Raymond School since 2001 as the middle school ELA teacher.
And did you work with Jeff Peterson when he was the principal at Raymond School?
I did.
And did you also work with Michael Garvey when he was the district administrator of Raymond School?
I did.
And you understand when I use the word district administrator, I mean superintendent, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And tell me, with Mike Garvey, did you have an initial meeting with him when he first showed up at the school?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell me about that?
Well, it's a typical meeting that we would have for any new principal or administrator. They usually schedule like 15-minute meetings as a meet and greet to get to know the staff. His intent, he said to us, was to get to know us and get a pulse of the school. When I did go in to meet with him, it was definitely not that. I don't think I really said anything about myself. I don't think he had any desire to hear anything about myself. It was probably a 30-minute soliloquy from him about his previous roles in other buildings. It was probably one of the most, some of the most intimidating moments that I had there at Raymond School.
Did he give you any idea of why he was there and why he had been selected to be the district administrator?
Yes, he did. He made a comment that he had been successful in either a previous district or in previous districts to, I think his words were, to clean house.
Okay. And did you okay, I'll just leave that there. Now, while you were working under both Michael Garvey and Jeff Peterson, did you take a survey by a teachers union that's referred to as WEAC?
Yes, I did.
Okay, do you remember that survey?
Most of it, yes.
Okay, and when you took that survey, were you aware that it dealt with, well, let's strike that. When you took that survey, who were you, what roles were you talking about? Were they district administrator roles or principal roles?
More, if I remember right, I don't remember it being either. I remember questions geared towards the school itself.
Okay, okay. And how long ago was the WEAC survey?
Gosh, that survey would have been, okay, this is hard to remember, but I would believe that it was after Jeff was hired. What was that, 2001? And I feel like maybe it was mid-year.
Okay, so a long time ago. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you
Yeah,
think that
it was
hard.
a very long time ago.
Okay. And now let's talk about Jeff Peterson a little bit. Did he hold staff accountable?
Yes, he definitely did hold staff accountable.
All right. Did he did he support teachers to especially in the field of improvement of their instructional practice?
Yeah, that was one of the best things, the best experiences I had with him was that he definitely held us accountable. He led by intention. He really honestly, he promoted voice in the staff, and it had been the first time in a long time. Communication, um, unity. He was an incredible principal.
And did he support you in building your professional capacity?
Yes, he did.
How did he do that? Do you remember?
I remember that because we were, if you remember back then, we were still kind of coming off of COVID. And I think that we were still we were regrouping. We had significant transition of staff, both administrative and in the classroom. We were coming back into the classroom. And I think that for a time, I felt in my time at Raymond School that I felt like I'd lost my voice. And from the first moment, he really made me feel that I had something to say, that I had something to contribute, either in team meetings or in staff meetings, or if it was one-on-one when I had questions. He fostered a collaborative environment, and it was something that was greatly needed.
Would you say that he conducted himself in a professional manner?
100%.
And do you think he performed his duties in an ethical manner?
Yes, I do.
Do you have any examples of that?
As far as ethical, I mean, he did everything that a principal should do. And not only that, but he also brought about joy both for the staff and the students. So as far as like specific examples of what he did that was ethical, I mean, he documented things. He made sure to check in with us. He attended all of our meetings. He stopped into our classrooms. He did everything that you would want of a principal.
And now I've heard a phrase, staff divide, and if you haven't heard that before, I'll just explain. I'm just gonna ask you a question. Strike that. Were you aware of a divide between teachers at Raymond School?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about that.
Okay. I think there was a false narrative. No, I know there was a false narrative of a divide between educators in the building by age, like the veteran staff versus the younger staff, for which that was not the case at all. That was a false narrative that permeated throughout the building by a select few. And it was definitely reiterated, or maybe originally so, by Dr. Garvey. I found it something that was extremely hurtful and damaging to my relationships that have been for decades at that school, and to my character. And the ripple effects are still today because it's such a small community. The divide was not that. The divide was, I really do think, a few teachers versus the rest of the building. A few teachers who really had some micromanaging control of the building when it was unfair.
Do you know who Mitzi Kozad was?
Yes, I do.
And what was her role in the building?
She worked in the front office as a secretary.
Now, do you know if she filed a complaint against Jeff Peterson?
I had heard that through the grapevine, but I did not know anything firsthand.
Do you know about her filing complaints with other individuals who had worked at Raymond School?
Yes, I do. Okay, so I don't know, but I know she had issues in the past with other people in the building. I don't know if she filed a complaint about them.
Okay. And is there anything else? Well, one last question. Were you ever spoken to by an investigator named Jonathan Sachs?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And did you receive, did you also come up to talk at Jeff's non-renewal hearing on December 6, 2023?
Sorry, did you ask me if I spoke at that?
Yeah. Well, actually, let's strike that. Were you there that day, December
Yes,
6, 2023?
I was in the audience.
Oh, you're in the audience. Okay. Now, that morning, did you receive an email from saying that you were going to have to participate in an interview with Jonathan Sachs about a misconduct investigation?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I guess just that's all I have for you. If you want to take a second and tell the judge anything you think that'd be important to know about Mr. Peterson and his leadership, I'd appreciate
I'm going to
it.
object to the form of that question. It's overly broad. She doesn't know what's relevant to this lawsuit or this claim.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell us based on the questions I just asked you?
No, just that he really was the best principal I think I've ever had, and I've probably had 10 of them or more in that building since 2001.
Well, thank you very much for coming in today. I appreciate it. Stick around. Ms. Lubinsky may have some questions for you.
Ms. Stock, can you
Yes.
see and hear me okay?
I can.
All right. Your initials are SS, is that correct?
Yes, that's me.
Is there any other teacher in the Raymond School District, to your knowledge, that would have been a teacher in, let's say, May, June of 2023 that had the initials SS?
Yes, I think on my team.
Who was that?
Steve Shahoney.
Okay. And we'll get to that in a minute. You testified in response to questions about a staff divide. Have you ever seen a document called a leadership profile report conducted or completed rather by a firm called Hazard Young that's dated February of 2023?
Sure, I believe so. If that was the document that was completed after our survey was taken and after we met with HYA.
Okay.
I
Did you participate in a focus group or group with HYA?
I did.
All right, one moment. So the HYA report, ma'am, indicates that, quote, it appears, I should probably put this on the record. I am showing the witness what has been marked as hearing exhibit. One moment.
Apples on.
R5, which is bait stamped R6. Sorry about that, Ms. Stock. I had to just put that onto the record.
Sure.
Can you see, and I can enlarge it if you would like, that in the—
That's all right. I'm doing that on my phone. Sorry.
It's all good. You know what? We everybody on this screen right now, 4 of us have eyeglasses. So you do your best. I get it. But in the HYA report, they indicate that quote, it appears that there is a large divide between the newer staff and the veteran staff. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, and you disagree with HYA. In other words, your testimony is there was not a large divide between the newer staff and the veteran staff. Do I have that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Did you conduct any survey of district staff in or around the February 2023 timeframe?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right. Then you talked about the WEAC survey. I don't have any questions about that. I want to show you one more document, and that is, one second.
Okay.
By the way, who in 2022 and 2023, who was responsible to do your performance evaluation?
In 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
I'm okay. So I think that was either Jeff Peterson or Abby Ramon.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, you're fine. If you just do your best. I know
I
it's
don't
been
remember
a
what I
very
had for
long time.
breakfast. So
I get it. I'm going to show you a document. I'm going to guess you maybe have never seen this, but we're going to give it a go. I will just ask you, this is hearing exhibit R. Eight, which is Bates stamp R9. All
Mhm.
right. I'll represent to you. It's a document dated May 25, 2023.
Mhm.
And it was authored by Dr. Garvey and it relates to Mr. Peterson. And here is why I asked you about your initials.
Mhm.
There is a discussion in this document that talks about holding staff to high standards, including improvement plans in place.
Mhm.
And the document addresses a conversation Dr. Garvey had with Mr. Peterson concerning teacher SS, who's
Yeah.
been identified as needing to improve instructional practice. It
Mhm.
says the teacher's need to improve was identified through performance evaluations. I asked that Mr. Peterson place the teacher on a performance plan to encourage the use of best practice. And so my question is, do you know, and if you don't, you don't, do you know whether this paragraph relates to you?
It definitely does not.
Okay, you were not ever put on a performance improvement plan by Mr. Peterson, is that correct?
Never at all by anyone.
Okay, very good. Let me look at my notes. Ms. Stock, I may be done. One moment. You said you were 28 years in the district. Would you agree you were a veteran teacher at the Raymond School District?
Actually, I believe it's 24 years.
Oh,
But I've been teaching for 28. I'm sorry, what was your question?
would you agree you are one of the veteran teachers at Raymond?
Yes.
Very good. I'm just skimming my notes. 1 second. Okay, those are all the questions I have, Ms. Stock. Thank you.
Thank you.
One brief follow-up for you, Ms. Stock.
Sure.
How many, is there another teacher in the building with the initials SS?
Now? Or
Oh,
then?
no, when you were there, based on the report that Ms. Lubinsky showed you about the performance
I'm
improvement plan.
going to help the witness by giving her the date of that. One moment. Ms. Stock, I'm just re-showing that to you. It has a date of late May of 2023. I don't know if that helps you answer
Yeah.
Attorney Haslam's question.
Yes, there was.
And what was his name?
Steve Shahoney.
Okay, and thank you very much for coming today.
Okay, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Ms. Stock.
Bye-bye.
And I will call my last witness for the day, and it is Diane Vogie.
All right, give me a moment. And is the spelling, do you see the spelling on the team's page? Diane, is that correct spelling of Diane, and Vogie, Voge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. Okay. One moment, almost ready here. Okay. Let's get her in the room. Rats. All right, hold on. Jeez. All right, there. The clumsy cursor work by me. Okay, so hopefully that will get her in here. I believe I enabled both the camera and the mic, and I see you're on sort of the grid. Ms. Vogie, presumably, this is Judge Carlson. Presumably you can hear me, I'm hoping. I can neither see nor hear you at this point. I think your mic is muted as to sound. There you go. And as the camera, I'm in the dark, so
There.
to
Here I
speak.
am.
Or you're in the dark, but not anymore. Okay, very good. So we are, I'm Judge Carlson. We're continuing with the hearing, and prior to testifying, I just want to swear you in. Can you raise your right hand and I'll swear you in? Do you promise that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Vogie. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
So just to get started here, can you just tell me about your background in education?
I have been a teacher at Raymond Elementary School this is my 37th year.
Oh, wow. And did you work with Jeff Peterson when he was a principal of Raymond School?
I did.
Did you also work with Mike Garvey when he was the superintendent of Raymond School?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you a few questions about Mr. Peterson and his professionalism here. Do you think that Jeff held staff accountable?
Yes,
Did Jeff support teachers in the improvement of their instructional practice?
yes,
Okay. Did Jeff support you in building your professional capacity?
yes, definitely. Provided a lot of opportunities to grow as an educator, a lot of positive feedback. Yes.
Okay. Anything specific you think of?
I just feel like I always wanted to do my best. When Jeff was the principal, he really held such a high standard for himself that it made me also want to do my best as an educator and grow and learn.
And do you think that he conducted himself in a professional manner?
Definitely. Yes.
And do you think he performed his duties as principal in an ethical manner?
Yes,
Do you know someone named Mitzi Kozad?
I do.
Okay. Do you know what her role was in the building?
She was the secretary. Um, I'm not sure if it was administrative secretary or not, but in the office, was part of the office staff.
Were you ever aware of her filing complaints against anybody?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little more about that?
I just want to object on foundation grounds. I'd like you to lay the foundation of why she as a teacher would be aware of what complaint. She may have personal knowledge, but if she's going to relay hearsay, we've got to understand that. So that's,
Yeah, that's fair enough. Do you have any personal knowledge of her filing complaints against anybody else?
Personal knowledge as in those people spoke to me
The,
about
per- the
complaints.
person who the complaint was filed about?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think, given this is an ERD hearing, I'm still gonna try and get this in, Ms. Levinsky, if that's all right.
yeah,
You
no,
can
and
object as you need
I
to.
think she can testify to hearsay. I only wanted to understand if she's
Yeah.
relaying what was told to
Gotcha.
her. I just think it's important we have that out there.
I don't
That's all.
disagree with you. So, Ms. Vogie, back to that, what knowledge do you have, through others, I guess, through the people who had the complaints filed against them, you said, about Mitzi Kozad filing complaints against people?
The people that had talked to me about it ended up being non-renewed or not I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so I'm just asking if Mitzi Kozad filed complaints against other people while in your time at Raymond, and I'd like to know, I guess, how many people she filed complaints about, to your knowledge, if you know that. If you remember, if you don't remember, I understand.
I know of 4 different people.
Okay. And all right. What would you say about strike that? When you first when Michael Garvey first got to the school, did you have an initial meeting with him or an introductory meeting?
I did.
Can you tell me about that meeting?
We were to meet in small groups with him when he first came to our school. The first and second grade teachers met with him, so it was a group of 4. We told a little bit about ourselves, and then he did most of the talking. He did, during that meeting, talked about all the people that he non-renewed at his last school that he was at. That was the basis of the meeting. We didn't get to say too much else ourselves.
Were you aware of any staff divide between teachers, specifically teachers at Raymond School?
As far as I know, there was no staff divide. There never was a staff divide between teachers. No.
Okay. And all right, well, thank you very much for being here today. I appreciate your testimony. And Ms. Lubinsky's gonna have a few questions for you.
Ms. Vogue, how do I pronounce your last name?
Vogie.
Vogie, got it.
Mhm.
Ms. Vogie, I just have a few questions. You said you've been a teacher at Raymond more than 3 decades, right?
Yes.
You are the most veteran teacher in the Raymond School District. Would you agree with me?
Right now, yes.
All right. You did not conduct any sort of scientific, strike that. You did not conduct any survey of teachers to determine whether other teachers felt there was a divide between veteran staff and new staff, correct?
I did not do any formal survey.
Okay.
I did talk to different staff, both younger, newer hires and veteran staff.
All right, let's go through then the HYA report. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as, one moment. Ms. Vogie, let's just make sure you can see on your screen a document. I'll represent to you. This has been admitted into evidence as hearing exhibit R5. It's labeled Bates stamp R6, and
Okay.
it is a report by, we're going to call it HYA, and it's
Right.
a leadership profile report dated February 23, 2023. Can you see that on your screen?
Yes.
Did you read this HYA report at some point after it was publicly released?
I believe I did. Yes.
Okay. In the HYA report, HYA indicates, quote, it appears there's a large divide between the newer staff and the veteran staff. Do you see that?
I do.
And they concluded that veteran staff look down upon newer, strike that. Let me ask a better question. Do you know, did you participate in a focus group or a group or even an individual one-on-one where you were asked questions and involved in a dialogue with one or more individuals associated with HYA?
I was not. My
Oh.
husband had surgery on the day that that was happening.
Okay, so you did not provide your input to HYA, is that fair?
That's fair.
You don't know what input they received from other staff members, correct?
Correct.
And you were not present when they did focus groups with any of the district staff, is that fair?
Yes.
Your knowledge of Mitzi Kozad, do you understand that there's a difference between complaining about somebody and submitting a formal complaint. Can you and I agree those are two different things?
Yes,
Do you have personal knowledge that Mitzi Kozad made a complaint about an actual complaint that she submitted in writing to someone about any employee other than Jeff Peterson?
personal knowledge as in I have seen the complaint.
Sure, we'll start there.
No,
Did any human being other than Jeff Peterson tell you that Mitzi Kozad had made a formal complaint against them? Let's stop there.
yes,
Who? I want names.
a previous secretary,
Okay, what's the name?
Kathy Studeman.
Studevan? Is that
Studeman.
right? Studeman? Are you looking at something right now, Ms. Vogie?
No, I'm not. Nope.
Okay, you don't have any documents or anything in front of you,
No.
do you? I didn't
No.
think so. Okay, so I just want to be clear. Kathy Studevan told you that Mitzi Kozad had made a complaint, a formal complaint against her, Kathy? Is that what you're telling this judge?
I believe so.
Okay. Did Kathy, tell you when this complaint was made by Mitzi Kozad?
I don't recall the date. No,
Did she tell you what Mitzi Kozad had complained about as it relates to Kathy?
I believe it was about her fulfilling her duties as a secretary or something like that.
Do you know how that complaint, assuming one was made, got resolved?
No, Kathy does not work there anymore.
Okay. Did any other human being tell you that Mitzi Kozad made a complaint against them other than Kathy and Jeff Peterson?
I don't believe that I know if she made a formal complaint about them.
Let me just look at my notes here one moment. Who completed your performance reviews when Mr. Peterson was a principal at Raymond?
Mr. Peterson,
Okay. And did he review you at a positive light?
yes,
And then finally, you testified on Mr. Peterson's behalf at the December 6, 2023 school board meeting, right?
yes,
You were under oath, right?
yes,
And you provided honest, truthful testimony to the board at that hearing, right?
yes.
Okay. Ms. Vogie, those are all the questions I have. Thank you.
Hey,
Was
Ms.
that was the non-renewal
Yeah.
hearing? That
Yeah.
she- Okay.
Yep, her testimony is in the transcript of the hearing of that.
Yeah, go ahead. You want to redirect then, Attorney Haslam?
Yeah, I just have one question for you. I'm gonna pull up the document that Ms. Lubinsky just had on the screen, the HYA report.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make it nice and big for us. Do you see the very bottom paragraph here that I just highlighted? Are you able to see that clearly?
I am.
Oops, sorry. Okay, so again, it's this paragraph right here, okay? And it's I'm gonna read it aloud. You tell me if I'm reading it correctly.
Okay.
It says, it should be emphasized that the data is not a scientific sampling, nor should they necessarily be viewed as representing the majority opinion of respective groups to which they are attributed. Items are included if, in the consultant's judgment, they warranted the board's attention. Did I read that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for being here today. Unless Lori has any more questions, that's all I have for you.
I
Which
don't have
exhibit was
anything
that?
further.
Which exhibit was that again? It was,
Lori, do you know what you have that on hand right now?
I do. I
It's
do. This
yours.
is the HYA report. It's been admitted as hearing exhibit R5.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we're all, both council are finished with the witness? Thank you,
Yeah,
Ms.
we are,
Goldie.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I should have said you may leave. You can go.
Okay,
Just
thank
stick
you.
around. Thank you for your testimony.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, is that it for witnesses today, or do we have,
That's all, Your Honor.
okay, that's
Other
remarkably,
than talking about scheduling, I think we're good for the day.
give me 1 second.
Sure.
Just with notes. Yeah, so March 2nd and March 4.
Yes,
Okay, and was March 4 the date that we're gonna start at 8:30?
yes.
But we have the second is 9:30 still, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Just so we're clear, I believe we have one witness on March 2nd at 9:30 and one witness plus Mr. Peterson for any redirect or rebuttal, excuse me. But one witness on Wednesday, the 4th. So we're down to two witnesses plus any truly rebuttal testimony.
I have one teacher left on my witness list, and I was calling to see if she could make it. And again, she'll be very brief, just like the rest, if that's all right with everybody. It shouldn't take more than what these teachers took.
When are you proposing to call this witness? I mean,
I would like to do it the second, if that's all right. If she can make it, if she can, so I won't, I'll be fine
Would
with
it be following the witness to which Attorney Lubinsky's already agreed?
Yes, I'm gonna work around, and that's Sachs on the second. That's your witness, Ms. Lubinsky, correct? That couldn't make it
yeah,
during the week?
is this person who you want to call an existing employee?
She is not an existing
Okay,
employee.
then I don't have to coordinate with Mike, doesn't have audio and
Yeah,
visual right now. So-
exactly. And that's why I wanted to
Okay.
get her in there because she's not, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And she's on my list, so it's just Kelly Rasmussen, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got a
Right,
plan.
So it's Mr. Sachs and then one witness for the complainant. And then March 4, there's one witness.
Yeah, that is the board member, Amanda Falacci, who could not, because of how long the other two board members took that same day, we couldn't get her
Spell
in.
her last name again? Is it
Falacci, it's F-A-L-A-S-C-H-I.
F-A-L? F-A-L.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Okay, and then there's speculation that there may be a desire to have a rebuttal with Mr. Peterson being recalled, and that would
That's
be on
correct,
the,
Your Honor. I
and
don't
then
even
that
think
would,
it's speculation. I'm pretty sure we're gonna want to get up there.
okay, so that would be on March 4.
Correct.
Okay. Let's, so I left everybody on, so they could, there's people that are interested in observing, so I left them on so that they know the game plan as well for their scheduling purposes. But at this point, I'm gonna, we can go off record. I guess I just want to talk to council very briefly.
Sure.
If so, as soon as everyone else exits, I'll start removing people. There's probably a faster way for me to do this than what I'm doing, but I'll just kind of go through the list and start removing folks. Okay, so I think that's it, right?
Looks good. Wes, do you want to take us the off screen share?
Oh, geez, man.
No, you're
thanks for,
good. Don't worry about it.
helping me out that one there. Oh.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, so first thing is I don't think, it doesn't sound like there's any real appreciable risk of not finishing with the last 2 days. And I'm gonna put my foot down on this. I mean, we have to finish this after 2 additional days. I think that I'll
I mean,
hear from
Judge,
powers on high if I don't do that.
to give you a perspective, like my direct of Jonathan Sachs should be 1 hour or less. He wrote a report.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, great.
So
Okay.
that Monday's gonna go quick, I think. Amanda might be a couple hours, she was a board
Okay.
member. So I think she'll be a little longer, but I predict Monday's gonna go really quick.
I predict both
Okay,
days
so-
should be short, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm gonna try to get some help in getting, I believe we have the link to March 2nd at this point already. You want to just check and see if that appears in your calendars? That was another thing I wanted to make sure, because I think one of the reasons I was a little bit tardy,
I
not
do.
only was my screen off, but I think I clicked on the wrong link at first. It might have been the March 2nd link, and hence nobody was there, because it was a separate link.
I have it. It says comes
Okay.
from the prior ALJ. Dear parties, below is
You're-
the link for the team's hearing that will be used for the
Yeah,
testimony of
and
Attorney
so
Sachs.
I
Yeah,
don't know with this many folks and stuff. I'm gonna try to either reach her or somebody that, just for the sole purpose of figuring out how the hell to give you another link for March 4th.
sure.
It may come from her. I think she'll probably want to, either her or whoever can tell me what to do will probably want to teach me this, and hopefully I'll learn. But I just wanted to verify, first and foremost, you already have March 2nd, because that's a problem if you didn't. Secondly, just to let you know that I'll be working on trying to get March 4th, the team's invite out to you and others. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it, other than, again, encouraging. I sound like a broken record, but I really would like to, if we could settle the whole the FMLA aspect, that would be great. And I would encourage some offers to be exchanged. It doesn't mean it's going to affect our hearing scheduling at all, or our briefing scheduling, but please make a good faith effort on both sides to see if you can make that happen. This is going to be a project, even with the main claims under the case under ending in 7-5, whatever the number is, 725. So other than that, that's any other logistical or procedural concerns. Otherwise, I think we're actually, if we get off right now, we'll be just prior to 5 p.m., which might be a record for this hearing. So,
Yeah.
I've got nothing else.
Nothing else.
Okay.
Thank you for your patience.
all right, we'll see you on March 2nd then. Thank you.
All right. See you March 2nd.
Bye-bye.
Bye.